I heard an orale. That must be Victor Arias. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Yes. Mark Madrid here. It's the highest honor imaginable to serve U.S. small businesses. And let's take a moment of gratitude to celebrate where we are, this special room, the UN, the city where we are, New York City, and this moment. It is truly a testament que si se puede. And now we're going to talk on a topic that I know we're all inspired to hear about, and it's about scaling Latino and Latina businesses. I've often said that the greatest influences in my life are women. So isn't it fitting that we have 3 rock star Latina entrepreneurs on this panel? Elizabeth, Perla, and Sandra. So we're going to go on a journey, 4 core questions. We're going to find out in 90 seconds or less what we need to know about them. Number 2, what does scaling mean specifically to their business? Number 3, what differentiates them? And number 4, the 2 takeaways. And know that we're going to supply a playbook, thanks to Claudia and her team. Thank you so much. So it will be delivered to you, not only these key points, but other questions that we're going to address. So let's get it started right now, because we have time, only a few precious time. Elizabeth, in 90 seconds or less, and I will impose the gong, what should we know about you?
So my name is Elizabeth Alegria, and I have to say, before I get to the professional work that I do, I grew up in a very small rural town in Texas that was very deficient in resources. The community I grew up in had no running water, no electricity. The roads were unpaved. You get the picture. So to be here on this beautiful global stage with you all is a deep honor for me. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. But as I stated, my name is Elizabeth Alegria. I am the CEO of Gramercy Specialty Clinics. We are an outpatient behavioral health care organization that provides psychiatric services to people of all ages. We have served over 500,000 people, and we are currently expanding. We will actually be launching our virtual counseling services here in New York in January, so we're very excited about those initiatives. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Perla.
Hola, mucho gusto a todos. Mi nombre es Perla. My name is Perla y vengo del Valle de Texas, and I brought all my people with me. Claudia, thank you always for the opportunity, because since we met 5 years ago, we decided to partner up forces. My name is Perla again. I am a business owner. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm currently in 6 industries. I've done 22 startups in 11 different industries. Half of them have been my worst failures, my biggest lessons, and the other ones made me a multimillionaire.
There you go. Thank you, Perla. Sandra.
Hola, buenas tardes. Me llamo Sandra Velasquez. I am the CEO and founder of Nopalera. It is a clean collection of bath and body products. Have you heard of Nopalera? It's a clean collection of bath and body products powered by the nopal. I don't have to explain to this audience what the nopal is, right? And with the sole mission to build an aspirational Latina brand to disrupt the historically Eurocentric beauty space, which has been dominated by French and Italian brands.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's how you do it right there. So let's get into the scaling playbook. So we're going to talk about the first element, which is really business principles. So we're going to start with Sandra this time. Tell us specifically what scale means to your business.
You know, I'm going to give an untraditional answer to this question, because I know that we think it means money, it means resources, it means headcount, but really it means that you need to scale yourself. And I've told this to my team, and I remind myself of this. In order to scale our business, we have to scale ourselves. And so a quick anecdote, when I first met my first investors in my very first pitch competition, I got to the last slide and I said, I'm here to ask for $250,000. And at the time, it seemed like an exorbitant amount of money. I have never seen $250,000. My parents have never seen $250,000. And an investor said to me, why are you asking for so little? And my response was, well, because I don't want to ask for more than I need. And so that is, I'd like to offer that to you all, that there is so much money in the world. That money can be yours. It should be yours. And so in order to scale your business, you first have to scale yourself and conquer your own mindset hurdles.
That's right.
So that's going to be in the playbook. Scale yourself. Thank you, Sandra. Perla.
forgot this. So my scale ability, and I have done it with Hispanic Star when we started the hubs across the United States, 86 cities we mobilized during COVID. And what did it take? It took ganas. We mobilized 86 cities. We gave COVID resources from Procter & Gamble to over 400,000 people, thanks to Claudia, and $7 million that Procter & Gamble gave us. And that took, thank you. That took ganas. It took a big dream. It took strategy. So you dream big, you place a strategy, you put processes in place, and you delegate. That's how you mobilize the forces across the globe. And the globe is little. Just run all around it and make it yours.
Thank you, Perla.
I need a private plane now.
There we go. Ganas, strategy, put processes in place, and delegate. Elizabeth, same question. What does scale mean specifically to your business?
So for our company, growth really looks like expansion via the tech space. So our organization historically has offered in-person and virtual services since the inception of the company. However, COVID offered a very unique opportunity for us to explore the virtual space more productively and more effectively. So as I stated previously, in January, we will be launching virtual services here in New York, but additionally, we'll be also launching virtual services in Florida, Colorado, and California. So we are very excited about these upcoming initiatives. Additionally, scaling for us really means creating additional jobs in the American market. Beyond that, scaling for us means bringing value to the communities that entrust us with their healthcare services and the people that we reach through our initiatives.
Thank you for being job creators in this American economy. So launching into telehealth here in New York City, expanding into 4 additional states, and you also stated that, creating more jobs, and that's helping the community at large. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. So the next question is intricately connected, and it's about differentiation. What differentiates you? I'm going to start off with Perla this time.
What sets me apart? I dream very big. I want to be a billionaire by the age of 45. So I shoot to the sun, but if I get to the mountains, it's somewhere where I wasn't. Do you all agree? Think big, grow big. What sets me apart most of all is I want to be a billionaire, and I never forget my roots. Me encanta comer tacos de papas con huevo. Eso me hace sentir en casa. The goal is think big, don't forget your roots, and bring your gente to the table with you. That sets me apart.
Excellent. Elizabeth, what differentiates you?
Well, as you know, Mark, I'm a trained psychotherapist. I obtained my graduate education here at Columbia University, and I trained at Bellevue Hospital just a few blocks away. I feel like the perspective that I bring to the table in terms of my organization and to the healthcare space is unique in that I've been invited to the most dire, most intimate spaces of people's lives through my profession. In my scope of work, I have delivered services in prisons, in psychiatric hospitals, in homeless shelters, and truly, as I stated, have been invited to serve people in the most dire of spaces. And through this work, I've secured a lot of learning, a lot of lessons, but one of the most prominent being that the things that unite us far outnumber the things that differentiate us and drive us apart as a humanity. Truly, there are humanistic themes that unite us. My work has empowered me to see growth opportunities where other people only see limitations and problems. Historically and even presently, I look at people as incredibly malleable, incredibly flexible. I look at people with eternally optimistic eyes, always knowing that the life conditions that they find themselves in are not eternal, that they can change.
Nice.
That people can continue to grow.
Thank you. Wow. Again, these offerings will be in your playbook because they are so powerful. Sandra, same question. What differentiates you?
Yes, what differentiates me is that I started my beauty brand at the age of 43 in the middle of the pandemic with no outside savings, no funding, and being a single mother of a 13-year-old daughter. And you guys can clap for that. Yeah. Okay. And also, really important that I was not a beauty industry insider. I am not a former Estee Lauder executive. I'm not a model. I'm not an influencer. Before this, I used to be a Latin musician, lead singer of the band Pistolera. So I broke into a completely new industry, and I did it through dreaming big, dreaming bigger than my current bank account at the time, which was nothing. And also putting myself into new rooms and acting like I belong there, right? And I let the vision lead me.
I told you we were going to bring it. Isn't this something at 6 o'clock? So, final question, and we're going to be on time. That's very, very important to us. And I see the clock. So, this question is very, very important, and we're going to ask it with pace and rhythm. And this is where we want you to take a couple of minutes. What 2 actionable takeaways do you have for this audience? And I want to give it up to this audience. You've come from all over the world, all over the country to be here, invested precious time to be here. So what are the top 2 takeaways, given that they're here and that all eyes are on you? Okay, so we're going to start with Sandra.
I'm going to reiterate something that I just said, which is you need to put yourself into new rooms. One of the things that I have noticed with a lot of emerging Latina entrepreneurs is that they don't even know how to get that warm intro. How do I make that first connection? You have to go and put yourself in the face of that new connection, and you do have to walk in like God sent you there. And so continue to do that to build the network. As we know, every single industry, I don't care if it's the United Nations, if it's the automotive industry, if it's beauty, it is all relationships at the foundation of everything. So showing up and, again, acting like you belong there, like God sent you into that room.
Act like if you belong and put yourself in new rooms. So a follow-up question, can you describe one of those new rooms that you entered and you acted like you belonged?
Well, I applied for every single pitch competition, grant opportunity, accelerator that I possibly could find, and I got into them all, and I won them all. And
Whoa!
So what happens is that the network starts to network, right? Is that it starts to snowball. One person with money knows 5 other people with money, who knows 5 other people with money, who knows 5 other people with money, and that is how it snowballed. I started with a blank Excel spreadsheet of no VCs, and now I have a Rolodex, right?
Come
and
on.
so now I can go to them and say, hey, can you make a warm intro to so-and-so? And so that was me going into new rooms, putting myself in those places, and just sharing the big vision, right?
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. Perla, 2 actionable takeaways for this audience.
I think I'm going to add a couple more, Mark, than those takeaways.
All right, bring it.
I'm going to start with, as you're an entrepreneur, as you are an executive, a leadership position in your company, start with yourself, owning yourself, and having credibility. Mi papá me enseñó, tenga, mijita, más palabra que dinero. Have more word than money. What you say is what you do. Own to your promises, because that credibility will travel with you home and across the globe. That's a key takeaway for everybody to do. Number 2, company eats strategy for lunch. Company culture eats strategy for lunch. Know your people, work for your people, champion your people. You could have a strategy from a hardware executive, from the most important person you may know. But if that person does not have a heart to treat their people with love, responsibility, that makes their people be heard, seen, and valued, that company's going to go down the drain. So know your people. You work for your gente. If somebody has a funeral, send them flowers. That's how you get, because we are Latinos, and we care for our family. Is that right?
That's right.
As you thread a company, and as you have employees, and you want people to be your extensions, and you want to delegate while you're here today, treat your people right, and they will hold your back all the time. Number 3, continuous learning. Challenge your mind. We don't know it all. Be humble to ask questions. Number 4, financial literacy. Don't be afraid to do financial planning. Save, ask for money, leverage, use your credit, so leverage loans. Those are my 4 takeaways.
Thank you, Perla. Thank you so much. Building your credibility, delivering on what you promise, challenge your mind, focus on your people, and, of course, financial literacy. Elizabeth, top takeaways for this audience from you.
I would definitely recommend that anybody in business or anybody considering going into business invest in a financial expert. You know, we are all experts in our industry, but we are not experts of everything. And as you stated, truly we have to know our lane, essentially, right? So I would highly encourage anyone in business or anyone thinking about going into business to make the investment in hiring a financial expert from day one, because truly this person will be a partner in the growth and the development of your ideas, your dreams, your future, and truly the trajectory of the company. And we all have to start somewhere, right? So if that means you have to start off with a bookkeeper or a CPA, that's completely fine. I historically have taken notes. I currently take notes when I meet with my financial team. At some point, you know, companies transition to CFOs. When I talk to my CFO, I talk to our accounting people. I'm very specific about the information I'm trying to garner, and I take notes because truly I'm continuing to learn about this important aspect. So if you can hire a financial expert, I would definitely recommend that. Secondly, I would encourage anyone in business or anyone considering going into business to develop very clearly defined and specific KPIs. The key performance indicators for us have really been a game changer. Not only have our KPIs allowed for us to see very fruitfully what our goal structure looks like, but it's also helped us build accountability within our team infrastructure. We've also assigned timelines and timetables to each of the KPIs, and truly, I speak from experience, these principles work. I would not have been able to launch the services the way I've been able to launch them. Our enterprise would not have become a millionaire enterprise. We would not currently have the capacity to extend our services into additional states had we not had these strict principles in mind from day one.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Invest in a financial expert. You can start off with a bookkeeper, graduate to a CPA, to a finance director, to a CFO. Continuous learning, key performance indicators, and accountability. Thank you so much. Look, we're ahead of time, and so thank you very much to these three rock stars.